Hi and welcome to the Outquisitions podcast, where we spotlight industry leaders redefining success. The goal of each episode of the podcast is to uncover their stories, their strategies, and insights to inspire, inform, and really elevate your own journey. So let's dive into today's conversation with yet another super inspiring guest. If you want to listen to a really interesting talk, then stay tuned. Ingunn, welcome to the podcast. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very good. And you, Kilian?
Yeah, I'm great. Yeah, thank you. Kick things off. First question. Can you please present yourself and your company for anyone listening that don't know a lot about you yet?
Yes, sure. Well, first of all, I'm very excited to be here today and also talk with you and the other one who's listening about software, which is event software, which I'm presenting today, which is really streamlining the way that organization can organize and carry through events, or from small local events, internal events, kickoff leadership programs to larger international events. So that's really Tappin in a nutshell that I will talk about more. And I'm happy to be invited to spend some time on that.
Sure, my pleasure. So in terms of your company then, could you walk us through when you started? What was the initial vision before starting the company?
Yes, sure. The company was started in 2012, so that's quite some time ago. Mm-hmm. I came in 2005. I came in 2020. Okay. So I didn't start a company. It was two founders starting it. So one of the founders is still present in the company. But what we saw is that companies really have a need for software and tooling to make their lives easier and more efficient when organizing type of events. So this is a software which has developed over time. So at that time, we developed a software for physical events. So typically, what do you do when you have an event? Usually you send out invitations. You gather the answers of the different people, they're coming or not coming, and then you're making all the content that you need to have for your event. Mm-hmm. So usually our system is made for conferences and a conference tooling. So when I started, I signed the contract the 14th of February, the Valentine's Day, in 2020. So it was a very good start. But then suddenly Corona came, and then no physical events whatsoever was held. So then it was kind of a exciting time. How are we able to kind of move and turn the company around to develop a software for digital conferences? Because people need to meet, you need to convey knowledge to people in your organization and also have partners connected to you as a company. So at that time, we really turned around and made the software, which was made for physical events, over to be a fully digital platform. So that was really the launch of that. And we had a really nice growth during the Corona time where people had digital events. And now when the market has opened up, we are delivering both software for physical events, digital events, and also maybe the best of the two worlds, which are hybrid events, where you are able to invite both people in person, but also have inclusion of other people externally, which are not able to travel, to still join the conference.
Right.
So that's really the journey of Tappin. So in very short, the solution that we are delivering content of, you're able to send out an invitation, a registration where you can add all the different items and information of the participants that you need to have. And then you have an event app for the event itself, if people are coming physically, and also an online event conference platform with your design and look and feel for people who are present digitally. And all this can be kind of, tied it all together in one solution.
Right.
And that's also what we see. So how when you look into before, and that's also what we see today, how are you going to organize, if you're going to have a conference, how are you going to organize that in a nice way, in a seamless way, to save time?
Mm-hmm.
So, before, like snail mail, before you put it in the mailbox and you got answers, and now you're using emails maybe to make a nice invitation. But how do you gather it all? You maybe get some replies back, but we still have customers using Excel sheets, adding all the information in Excel sheets. But how are you then going to really have full control over everything? If you have a larger event, you would probably like to know when people are coming, if they have any allergies, if they're joining dinner and or not, are they joining, I don't know, both days of a conference, the whole week of a conference. So you need to have control. And also what we see is an asset while having a conference. That's really to pinpoint and streamline your communication to the different people. So if I am only joining one day and not dinner, I would only like to have information about the one day. I don't really care about the dinner or day two. So then as an organizer, you're really able to pinpoint your communication and make a streamlined event for your participants. So that's really part of the system. And what we see today, that's really also the problem, if I can call it a problem or a challenge or a thief, which is taking time for the people, because many people don't have it as their firm job to make events or kickoffs or town hall meetings or conferences for their companies. So that takes a lot of time, and you don't have full control and also not full insight of everything that you want to send out. Mm-hmm. So that's really where Tappin comes in with the software. Mm-hmm. So you have one software combining everything from A to Z in a conference.
Right. Wow. And well, so if I understood correctly, tell me if I'm wrong. It's just creating, I mean, using your solution will enable any events holder, organizer to create a way better experience for anyone joining the event, right? I mean, the experience will be way more professional. As you've said, if you only join one day and not the 2 days, you don't want to receive any promotion for both days. Just one of them is more than enough. It's
exactly
better. So at anyone listening that's now understands the clear value of what you deliver. I mean, it might be a dumb question, but I need to ask it. What's the benefit of delivering a way more professional and better experience for the participants of the event? Is it more likely that they can come back, referrals, I mean, stuff like that? What are some metrics?
Yeah, it's a great question, Killian. But yes, for sure. So the one thing is that people, when they're at an event, which is streamlined for them, they will easier come back and they are more happy about the events. So that's one part. And for the organizer, they're spending less time. They're viewed upon as more professional. And in addition, we also see that clients would like to use these kind of systems just to climb the ladder of being at the level at tech companies. Because using Excel sheet, and when you're, for example, one of the benefits as well, the overall is to have a streamlined event. But also when you're coming to an event, you want to be checked in. At some events, you still have the organizer welcoming people with a piece of paper, yellowing out the names and and welcome the people. Oh
my God.
Yes, yeah. So you're wasting both time, paper, and are you sure that you're having full control? So having a system that you easily can scan people in, deliver the QR code, and have everything in one system. So you have full control over those who, said they would come, and you really have full control to see who actually come, and then you might have the gap. And when you're using one system as Tappin, which is really also strong in communication, then you can also streamline the communication to the people who did come, thank them, and hope that they had a good time, and maybe send out an evaluation in the same system. And for those who didn't come, you would say, well, you didn't come, but here you can still find the content for the conference. So please go in and take part in what you really missed out on. So there you have the full control on all aspects. And I would like to add as well, while using such a system, you have, of course, different degrees of automation of parts and how you can also engage your audience. And that's also important. With engage and I think also include are two assets by using a solution. So by going into that, for example, when you're going into a conference and you would like to listen to a speaker, for example, old-fashioned, which is still old-fashioned alternatives are, if you want to have questions from the audience, you can still raise your hand, right? And you can go to the mic, you can ask the question. But what we see is that you only got to get the percentage of the audience to be active. And you get one set of questions also to the speakers. Why not use the technology which is there to ask the people to ask the questions from their cell phone or their PC straight to the moderator, and they can pick and choose the questions. Mm-hmm. So at that time, you're really including everybody. And you have a broader range of questions coming to the speaker. So this is really to engage as well through an event management system that Tappin has. And you have all these kind of things. You can also have polls, for example, which strategy would you like to, or what points are the most important for you in 2025, A, B, C, and you can have a poll during the event itself, which you can kind of discuss around. So you have all these kind of parts which you can engage the audience in addition to the traditional way of engaging the audience. And when you also see if you have people invited which are digitally present, that's also very nice because then they take even more part in your event by sitting at home or wherever they might be. They can still kind of be part of the questionnaires, be part of sending in the questions, and be part of the event itself. So that's really part of the journey for the participants, but also for the organizer. They're getting a better event itself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so actually it adds value to everyone, not only to the event holders, but also to the participants a lot. Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now I clearly understand the value that you add. Do you leverage AI in any way, or I mean, how does AI play out in your specific industry, in events and all that? What can you tell me about that?
Well, I think AI, AI is really, really exciting. You can do a lot. It does not really take our business really a step ahead yet. I'll just give one example because it's still early in the AI and the possibilities are huge. But one conference that we organized some time ago was a large conference, but it started off to be planned as a physical conference, which was a global disability conference. And the goal was to gather 500 people with disabilities in one place. But what we saw, like in Norway, one of the largest hotels doesn't have even enough toilets to host so many people with disabilities or wheelchairs. So, I mean, the society is not really built around this, which is really a pity. But that event changed. So instead of having a physical event, it became 100% digitally. And do you know how many people attended?
No.
7,000 people attended from 168 countries.
Wow.
Sorry. So that's a large event.
Yeah.
And that is possible by having a digital platform with the design, look and feel, and also the way of engaging that I just talked about.
Yeah.
And in that event, we had translations to 8 different languages and also sign languages, which was enormous number of people being part of that event to make that happen. But what about AI? If we, for example, had one speaker in English, that could be maybe translated to the 8 languages straight away with AI, maybe even with my mimics, my voice, everything like in one setting. And what about the sign languages as well? They need to be shipped every 20 minutes because they're being tired.
Yeah.
Think about that, having that in AI. Well, that would be amazing. And that would really be, I think, a really step into inclusion, using the tools and the technology in a fantastic manner. But it's still a way to go. But that's at least how I
envision it. Yeah.
Envision it. I think that would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, AI, some people are scared of AI. Some people love it. It's you have like a big contrast, right? Like, so I had some people in the podcast, they tell me, oh my gosh, I don't want to talk to, everyone talks too much about AI. I don't want to talk about that. But other people, on the other hand, like yourself, you just see the opportunity and you are, like quite happy. Like, yeah, we can do this. We can add value there. It's going to be great for inclusion and so on. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So what's next now for both Ingunn and for the company itself? We just started 2025. Let's jump to the end of 2025 already. End of this year, you look back at what you've done during the year. What would you like to achieve? What's the direction now of the company?
Now, the direction of our company is we have one target. It's growth compared to last year. Previously, we have had kind of targets to. There are a lot of synergies in the market, acquisitions and acquirement. But for this year, we have decided that we want to be standing on our own, should I say, with feet, to increase growth and to really continue growth with large customers. Because we have a few larger customers with international, with a lot of international, offices. So it's really to have more of those to become not become fully global in 2025, but really use it as a stepping stone to become global. So that's really our target, because we see that we have an amazing system and we have many customers which really love the system, but we need a higher foundation of customers. So that's really our target. So, and the plan is I have already recruited an sales team, which will really work together with me and the other people to, penetrate the market even further. So that's the plan on the Tappin side, but of course also on the product side. It's to continue our innovation, to continue developing what's really wishes from the market, to do that continuously, also step by step. Yeah,
right. Okay, so the goal is to be fully global. So that means that right now you're not quite there yet. So are you focusing? What are kind of the markets you are focusing on right now?
Right now, because we are based in Norway and Scandinavia, it's larger clients in Scandinavia or Norway with international offices. So we are allowed to talk about one company, for example. I don't know if you have heard about Circle K. There are a lot of gas stations all over the globe, and also so this is kind of a dream customer for us, because they're using the system globally with older people, with older meetings. So to have more of these clients is a dream, and also to have global larger conferences, because we are also working with organizations having a yearly large conference, for example. So that's also what we are working towards.
Okay, interesting. And you yourself, so you've mentioned that you were talking about a sales team, and so are you going to personally manage the sales team? What will be your personal goals for 2025? Because we talk about the company, which is great, but you as an individual, how do you see adding value the most to the company itself? What do you like in this whole adventure?
Well, what I love, my really goal is to be the leader, which is going in front as a good example. I've always said to myself that I always would like to be a role model. I think that's key. And what you say is what you do. That's also my expectations to the team. So I think that's one part of it. But my second part is I didn't take any introduction of myself, but I've always been quite competitive. I used to do a lot of taekwondo in my past, national team for 8 years. Yes. Thank you.
Wow.
And then also I had kind of a really good way of, I don't know, schooling, but I took my master degree in communication management at Bond University in Australia. It was also really nice, but got some diplomas of academic excellence. So, and then I started with sales because that is easy to kind of tick off if you're successful or not. So I think it's really now to drive that success to the team and get the team to become successful. So the new sales team to make them successful, and also the development team to make them really take the ownership and successfully carry through the task that they would like to do.
Yeah.
And it's also for me personally to make sure that we're living by, I don't know, the leadership term, 100% responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a set of responsibility, that's yours, and you need to make that your success. So that's really how we work. So I don't need to be as a manager involved in everything. Where I'm invited, I do. And of course, when I need to be a sparring partner, that's really, my philosophy, because I would like for me as a person to drive Tappin to be the winning team of 2025. Everybody would like to be part of a winning team. So that's the goal for me, to kind of drive the company there.
Wonderful. I love it. So anyone listening that wants to have a conversation now with either yourself or anyone else in the company, but at least open the conversation with, this whole idea and see if there is value here. What are the directions? How can they do it? Can they book a call directly on the LinkedIn, on the website? What are the next steps?
They book a flight to Norway, and we will ensure to have a nice cup of coffee. And of course, if you don't do that as the first step, no, you can contact me directly or go to Tappin. But LinkedIn, we are available. So, but Tappin is the webpage, tappin.no. For me directly, We're more than welcome to talk with anybody who wants to, carry through a successful event. We will help.
Love it. Well, Ingunn, thank you. Thank you for sharing all the insights and for the positive energy.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.